Hello internet, most of you watching were blessed today and didn't even realize it. I was playing Assassin's Creed Shadows for the first time as it finally launched yesterday and oh my god. It is like Solitary Confinement the video game, except the only thing there to stimulate you are painfully long cutscenes. By the time I actually got to the main gameplay after 3 hours, I was already burnt out and had to make this video. But if you want to see me rage, ban bots saying the N-word because my channel's popularity is starting to catch up to me, and just hang out and talk about how bad this game is, come check us out at 7 PM Eastern Time tomorrow. But anyway, today we are investigating a very highly requested sub, r/something-is-wrong 2024. Now personally, I think investigating the validity of any election is a good thing, and hell, I still think it's silly that Trump still calls the 2020 election rigged. But as you know, Redditors are a different breed, and this isn't the only subreddit like this. There's also Verified 2024, but this seems to be the biggest one, so without further ado, let's get right to the posts. And before we get to the sub itself, let's get a little history on this. So this was 4 months ago. Something is wrong with r/something-is-wrong 2024. 11-day-old sub somehow getting 17k plus subscribers in that time, hitting r/all and r/popular. Some of my favorite subs have been absolutely inundated with bots in the past 2 months. It started with bots posting threads and new commenters in the sub, then the spamming of the cross posts. I've made some lists but haven't had the time to put everything together, to be honest. I've called it out several times in some of these threads. It's a fucking shame that people don't even care anymore where the content comes from and if it's stolen from someone who worked very hard on it. It's even worse that Reddit can do something about it but doesn't because it drives engagement. We have to jump through hoop after hoop to report them, then they appeal and come right back. I'm never going to get the Reddit of 10 to 12 years back. If it weren't for my sub, I don't think I'd bother. Reddit is a pathetic shell of its former self. So yeah guys, as we expected, most likely just botting, inflating the site's, interactivity and numbers. Really pathetic if you ask me, but let's get right to the subreddit itself. Alright, so it just says, a community for people who would like to openly discuss the documented irregularities around the 2024 presidential election, and it was created November 8th, 2024. So 3 days after election day, I think, and then 67,000 members. And so let's see what we can find. Class action against Trump, Musk, and election officials for election interference. We have the data, the patterns, and the proof. Now it's time to take legal action. For months, we've been analyzing voter data, election results, and other critical evidence, and what we found was points to widespread election interference. The numbers don't add up, the patterns don't make sense, the statistical anomalies defy natural voting trends. It's clear that something is deeply wrong. Trump, Musk, and their network rigged the system in real time, then wiped out the people investigating them. Oh, they just murder them or something? Trump's $30 billion lawsuit for election interference got me thinking. A class action lawsuit may be the best way forward. If filed strategically, it could expose corruption, force discovery of internal communications, and put our findings in the public eye. And let's not forget, Biden had 235 judges confirmed. If there was ever a time to try this, it's now. Even if nothing else happens, this would get media attention. They couldn't ignore it. It would force them to respond, and it would put all the evidence we've gathered front and center for the world to see. Potential claims against them. Potential. Trump has been caught slipping multiple times, hinting at control over vote counting machines. The data we've gathered shows clear statistical anomalies, results that simply do not follow natural voting patterns. If we can get a forensic audit of these machines, we might just crack this wide open. Musk, meanwhile, was actively paying people to register to vote in swing states through America PAC's 1 million per day giveaway. That's election bribery, which the DOJ was investigating before Trump had the investigators fired. And that's not even touching the massive social media manipulation on Twitter/X, where election discourse was silenced in real time. I wonder what discourse they're talking about being silenced. And you know what's absolutely hilarious? There was actually a satirical article about Elon giving the money away, and I saw this floating around on X a lot, but this isn't actually even true. This was never ever a thing that had any factual validity behind it. It is the literal definition of fake news. Lawyers, election experts, how do we make this happen? We need legal minds ready to take this on. If we don't fight this now, do we even have a democracy anymore? Who's ready for some lawfare? Apparently 4,000 people are. Now, I wish they provided links for all of these claims because, Trust me, bro, isn't necessarily a valid source in my opinion. Don't forget actual documented voter suppression. 4,776,000 voters were wrongfully purged from voter rolls, according to U.S. Elections Assistance Commission data. By August of 2024, for the first time since 1946, self-proclaimed vigilante voter fraud hunters challenged the rights of 300,000 voters. The NAACP of Georgia estimates that by election day, the challenges exceeded 200,000 in Georgia alone. No less than 2 million mail-in ballots were disqualified for minor clerical errors, example postage due. At least 585,000 ballots cast in precinct were also disqualified. 1,216,000 provincial ballots were rejected, not counted. 3.24 million new registrations were rejected or not entered on the rolls in time to vote. Again, I'm not saying these numbers are necessarily wrong, but dude, where's your sources? You can post as many links as you want on Reddit. Where are the sources for these numbers? It should be easy to produce, especially since it's such specific data. Weird that some districts had 0 Harris voters. Can anyone confirm this? Musk's election hacking prowess is pretty crude, blowing data out in ways they almost seem to want to get caught. Rockland Co., New York, Harris supposedly received 0 votes in a district that the Dem Senate candidate won by 79%. And it seems that this made some rounds a little bit, 721 shares. I can imagine something like this got pretty big because I actually did some additional research and found this article on PolitiFact. And yes, I know PolitiFact can be a little controversial, but let's just read it and see if it makes any sense. But it says it's completely false. The post shared screenshots of results in Precinct 35 in Ramapo, a town of about 153,000 people, about 30 miles northwest of New York City. Screenshots showed Trump beating Democrat candidate Kamala Harris 552 votes to 0. Setting aside the shaky logic of Musk hacking one precinct results in a blue state that Harris won by more than 1 million votes, it could seem jarring to see the Democratic candidate for a president not win a single vote, even in a small precinct. The screenshots show accurate vote totals, but the results are not surprising or an example of hacking or fraud, experts told PolitiFact. They're the result of a town with a large Orthodox and Hasidic Jewish population block voting in support of their rabbis-endorsed candidates. You can go back several years to presidential elections and see similar results. In Ramapo, Trump won 80 of 122 precincts. Aside from Precinct 35, Harris earned 0 votes in 4 other Rockland County precincts: Precinct 45, 84, 97, and 122. The 2024 Ramapo results mirrored its 2020 presidential vote. That year, Trump bested former President Joe Biden 528 to 0 in Precinct 35. Damn, he did it twice. The Jewish communities will often vote nearly entirely for one candidate in each race, but may not vote for the same party in every race. God damn, and I thought Reddit was a hive mind, dude. Not even one person was an op or switched sides. The Board of Elections thoroughly reviewed the results and confirmed no irregularities, fraud, or hacking. New York State Board of Elections spokesperson Kathleen McGrath told PolitiFact that state voting machines aren't capable of connecting to the internet and couldn't be hacked, as the social media post claims. Alright guys, is it starting to make more sense why the Democrats are siding with Palestine now? I'm just kidding, of course, but let's go look at the comments. This happened in a few districts in Ohio in 2004, which was also clearly manipulated. Dem supposedly voting all blue except the top of the ticket. Right. This was documented 20 years ago in Witness to a Crime by Richard Hayes Phillips. But yeah, you can't hack something the way that these people think you can if you don't have a fucking internet connection. There's no way to intercept that data. So you'd basically need to find one person in a district to testify they voted for Harris, and you would have a case, get a lot, and move from there. Yeah, I think you would need more than just one person to testify. You need so much stuff, like a chain of custody. You would need to audit it. You would need to look for clerical errors. And, you know, even if you did find that one person, it wasn't going to change the result of the election. And it seems like there was a pattern from year to year, so, but I mean, they're not even like working with facts here. We're just looking at a Twitter post. Aren't these the people that shame others for using like Twitter or YouTube as their news source? Harris Walz supposedly lost in Walz's home county after he had won that since he first ran for congressman years ago and flipped a red district. This is not the damning evidence you think it is. Walz represented Minnesota's 1st district as a congressman. That district is comprised of 21 rural farming counties along the border with Iowa. That district was and still is pretty solid red district. They voted in a Republican congressman as soon as he left the office in 2018. Damn! And of course, the actual fact check only gets 27 upvotes. Oh shit, oh, did I get unbanned? I can like and dislike this stuff now. Let's see if I can reply. Good shit. Let's see. Okay, well, I guess I can upvote and downvote now. The single greatest failure of the Democrats was not investigating this election. 1.3 million views, 46,000 likes. Thank you, John Pavlovitz, for your insightful commentary. Who the fuck is this? I might not know who that is, but fucking Richard Spencer. I would never, ever believe I would see this guy on any fucking subreddit. This second Trump administration is becoming a series of catastrophes. Winning over the online right is not winning. There are real consequences to alienating Europe, aligning with Russia and Israel as they destroy Ukraine and Gaza. Wait, is Israel destroying Ukraine? And being generally perceived as sadistic and chaotic. It's the end of the American century, 1944 to 2024. I never thought I would see it happen this quickly or be cheered on by the so-called right. Oh, and of course it was on a Vosh subreddit. Oh my god, what the fuck is happening? And if you guys don't know, Richard Spencer is like as close as you can fucking get to a real like modern online Nazi. This guy drinks the Kool-Aid. And yes, it was the guy who got punched on the street in that one video. Richard Spencer, the Nazi, this guy agrees with this bullshit. Never thought I would agree with this guy, but here we are. Maybe something is really wrong. Well, that's not a good sign at all when the Nazi thinks you're too Nazi. Or guess what? Maybe it's the left that's literally going insane. We are officially in a parallel universe, guys. Alright guys, so if you want to know what a real political PsyOp is, this is it, alright? It doesn't get more PsyOp than this, and even though I really personally don't like Roger Stone whatsoever, I think he's a slimy piece of shit. You know, okay, we're just gonna read it. This is fucking fantastic. As we discussed over the phone, when re-elected, I believe you need to address the sticky issue of the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms by our opponents. We can get around the gun issue with our base by promising a fix in early 2025 that won't affect patriots. The fix could include a new licensing program that would ensure our enemies can't get guns by empowering the FBI and local law enforcement with the right to confiscate guns of anyone deemed to be an enemy of the state. We can decide the parameters that would determine what is an actual enemy later so the base doesn't flip out. Wow, flip out, real professional. Please let me know whether you would like me to draw up some plans for this for your review. And obviously this is like just like hella sketchy. Nothing about this seems like a formal email whatsoever. So tyrannical government is coming for your guns. Oh my god. Yeah, sure, buddy. Just like the last 20 years when the Republicans were just coming for your guns. When re-elected, not if. Their confidence going into the election is sus. Now, doesn't every politician say when I win? Just, you know, to show confidence. This isn't something like that is special or specific to Trump or anyone else. Where did you find this? How was this leaked? I found this on Twitter. Anonymous posted it, but I don't want to link it. 524 upvotes. Oh my god, dude. This has to be fake. I'm gonna look to see if this is fake. Liberal gun owners, the Roger Stone email is fake. Do not post it here. Can we stop doing the shit we made fun of them for? There's plenty to worry about that's real and easily verifiable. Oh my god, dude. I knew it. It's so obviously fake too. It's a physical memo. No email addresses with a giant from the desk header so you know who it's from. God, it's so pathetic, man. That sub didn't delete it at all either. Hi everyone, we at electiontruth.bluesky.social have final video, smoking gun that proves it was a coup d'etat, not an election in November 2024. We will give 3 or 4 news outlets scoop to help us get this video at 4 p.m. EDT. Why does this look like it's written by a bot? Bloomberg, Newsweek, Rollins Martin, sorry, and are our first choices. Who the fuck is this? Why do I just keep seeing a bunch of random people who we're apparently supposed to just trust? And I guess nothing came of it because that was 1 month ago. Why wait until 4 p.m. if this was a real smoking gun? Go to all the news outlets now. Yeah, this reminds me of the UFO community and the announcement of the big announcement that never really comes or amounts to fuck all. I wonder why. If your evidence is akin to like a UFO sighting, it makes you wonder. 8 hours and 21 minutes from the time of this comment for anyone not in that time zone. I'm guessing no smoking gun, eh? Representative Maxine Waters, Elon Musk with his high-tech ass may have hacked our last election. If you don't know, this is Maxine Waters. Does she look like she knows a lot about hacking or what could have, possibly gone down? It's always the boomers that just use the most generic language ever to try to make some rhetoric. And by the way, this is apparently like an anti-X site, X cancel donate. They literally made a shitty anti-Twitter to combat X. Like, look at this. It's just the most barren thing ever. Is this the biggest name so far in the Democratic Party that said that the election could have been hacked? Oh yeah, that's right. And we have Jasmine Crockett, who also posts a lot on this subreddit, but a lot of her posts are just like 5-minute long videos that are basically just nothing. It would be really boring to watch, so I didn't add any into the list. He did. There is no doubt in my mind. There is no way that every battleground state went to the most divisive president in US history. Why not? The whole point of divisiveness is that it's like completely 50-50. So really, it could have been an absolute landslide loss or an absolute landslide win. All while getting less than 50% of the popular vote, but just outside the margin to trigger an automatic recount everywhere and flipping all but one county in the country red. The odds of this are so unlikely, it's basically impossible. Well, the same people who found no voter fraud in 2020 are also the same people who found no voter fraud in 2024. So, these things are, they're still possible. And that's me being very charitable that this claim is even true. I actually don't know the numbers or anything. But yeah, you still need evidence at the end of the day. Just took this photo of a lone protester outside of Fox News HQ in New York City. Trump quotes Hitler, but Fox won't say that. Now, I don't know about you guys, but even the media won't say that Trump quoted Hitler because he never has quoted Hitler. This is just not true. How long until Elon bans him from Twitter? Elon Musk is a terrible president. 381,000 likes, holy shit. I think Tim Walz just cooked his chances for running for president with this. This just sounds so retarded. I can't believe they still run with this narrative. I need Tim Walz energy again, makes them feel like the weirdos they are. And again, the fucking weirdos thing. Why do people even still use Twitter? Because it's the biggest political social media platform? Ban, he'll have him arrested on fake charges. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it, buddy. I'm a proud Democrat, but Democrats keep asking me for money. Here's what I have to say to them. You don't ask for recounts with a ton of evidence that there was cheating. Fuck you. You didn't object to certification of an insurrectionist. Fuck you. You attended the inauguration like it was normal. Fuck you. You attended the confirmation hearing of the most unqualified chosen by an invalid leader. Fuck you. You aren't doing anything to save our democracy from fascism. Fuck you 1,000 times. Yep, guys, the Democrats are so fucking down bad at the moment that even former Democrats don't want to give them any money. Who would have guessed? I mean, wasn't Harrison $20 million in debt after the election? Like, you couldn't manage a $1 billion budget. Are you serious? So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe. And on to our patrons. And thank you so much to Warrior for Life, Triple X Medic, and the Yellow Shirted Kid for donating on the stream today. And to our base gods, we have XX Schisms XX, Your Local Inquisitor, Triple X Medic, Cheese Stick Fanatic, Bennett S, Kada, Highware 5, Warrior for Life V2, and to our base legends, Yodu Imiya, Mr. Proria, Andrew P, GOL 1912, Ayatollah, Yoon Henry, and to our super base members Shadow Dow, Devin Dekron, Contranock, Red Z, Aziz Deglee, Pim Tool, Joseph Miller, Zach Orange, Peef Remgar, Wyatt P, Seth M, Mr. Shonk, Name 345, Garrison Painter, Justin R, Ardo, The Yellow Shirted Kid, Shauna S, 8 Monkey, and Borovkabi Florianic 3000. And to our base certified members, Bombliat 762, Crowbon, Joker Gaming, Nathan Quinn, Matthew M, Duop Diggy, Blom Green, Tom, Matthew Armstrong, Thomas Lehman, Rezu Jordan, Arcturus 51, Worm, Serbian Sickle 92, Terry, Turkey Dog, Easy Joe, Levy Velasco, Cruder 1836, Filler, Hilday, Joe Billy, Crocodiles, Wes, Snidler, Cog Ghosted, Clan of One, Luca Bro, Alana K, Sweaty Jorts, Kitsy, Angry Mouse, username here, Carl the Longshoreman, Alabama Historian, Jacani Cash, Caleb DeGroot, Defeating a Sandwich 7973, Jack J, Mr. Malang, and Adam N. And I hope to see you guys in the stream tomorrow. Peace.